Good morning. I want to wish you a Happy New Year for 2015, and also just wanted to check in with you just to update you on where we're at with the prayer concerts. On the prayer website you'll see a list of the dates scheduled over the next few months. Some of them may change. We may pull some of those dates nearer. It may be that we aim to do a 24/7 prayer more quickly than we've planned at the moment. But the next prayer concert is on the 20th of January, it's a Tuesday at 7:30 at Open Gate, and you're all extremely welcome. Please come, and I'll talk more about that in a moment. The first thing I wanted to talk about really is just prayer and where we're at. Obviously prayer is such an important thing for us as Christians, and yet we do so little of it. For me, I find prayer is often pushed to the sidelines of my daily schedule. If I don't get it in first, often I don't get it in at all. And yet prayer is our lifeblood. Prayer is our oxygen. Prayer is the way that we connect to the Lord. Even if we're simply saying thank you for this, thank you for that, even if we're just showing that attitude of gratitude to God, we are making a difference. Have you prayed the new year in? If you haven't, make an opportunity to do it today. Say, Lord, what are my hopes and dreams for this new year? What am I hoping to do? Don't be so crass as to write down a load of resolutions. I've moved away from that a long time ago. But when however, I do write down things every day that I want the Lord to develop in me and grow in me. And I say, Lord, you do it. Because it's not my obligation, it's his obligation. He said he's going to keep on performing a good work in me. And I believe him when he says that. I believe him in spite of all my failures and letdowns and shortcomings. So the first thing I wanted to say is just, how's your prayer life? Are you praying every day? Are you asking God, what is it I ought to be praying for? And when you get that nudge from him, when a fact is blurted out on the news, when you see something written down in a leaflet that's come through your door and you think, I need to pray about that, do you pray? Are you obedient in prayer? And it's so easy to move on, but actually it's also so easy just to stop and say, Father, I just commit that into your hands. Please do something about that, Lord. Second thing I just wanted to mention was the fact that I've been on the internet. I've come to the end of Operation World. I've been praying through it sporadically, I have to admit, over this year, and I may blog about it a little bit. And at the end of Operation World, I was slightly flummoxed that the last day, because at the bottom it gives you all the dates for prayer, and you pray through certain countries, and sometimes I've had to miss out countries because I've been catching up and things like this. But you get to something like December 28, and the dates fizzle out, and I thought, well, hang on, there's 3 more days of 2014. What should I be praying for there? And I realised that at the back there are prayer appendices that you can pray through, and there's a whole list of prayer networks and prayer organisations. So I've been trying to catch up with a few of those. If you look on the Bognor 24/7 Twitter feed, you'll notice I've started following some more people, and some of those prayer organisations. But also I want to try and blog about those a little bit on our Bognor 24/7 You're Not Alone website. So I'd encourage you to go and look on those. If you know of any amazing organisations for international prayer, for prayer networks, anything like that, anything that you use on a daily basis, I'd love to know that you use it. Please let me know, and I'll have a check it out as well, because it's a source of encouragement, a source of information, and the fact that we are globally interconnected. To use the phrase from Hebrews 12, we're surrounded by a great cloud of witnesses, encourages us to keep on praying, knowing that there's always someone out there praying for the same thing we're praying for. Some of these organisations have Facebook pages, some of them have huge websites with resources on. Operation World itself is a great place to start if you haven't tapped into the online prayer resources. Third thing I just wanted to say was just to come back really to the prayer concert on the 20th of January. I've got a heart for us to pray for pray in small groups and to try and get maybe a bit more prayer in than we've had in the last ones. So I really want to, I'm conscious that if we're wandering around sometimes we end up talking rather than praying. So I'm going to encourage us to try and get into small groups and with appropriate leaders, and to just pray in those groups and to pray for the needs that are burdening us, to pray for the needs that perhaps are shared in that small group. I'll talk with the core group for prayer before we meet on the 21st and see what they feel as well, and get them hopefully involved in the leadership of those small groups. And we'll pray, and we'll meet, and we'll pray in the new year. And I've got a heart as well to pray for children and young people, particularly at the start of the year. But you come along with whatever burden you have and bring it before God. If you're the kind of prayer, a serious intercessor who has a prayer list, or who's thinking, actually, I need to get myself started on a prayer list this year, you really ought to be at this prayer concert for Bognor. Open Gate, Victoria Drive, 7:30 p.m. on Tuesday the 20th of January. Please pray. Please lift this town up to God in your prayers. Pray for revival. Pray for your friends and your neighbours to become Christians. Pray that you might have more boldness in sharing your faith. Pray that you might have a greater understanding and a greater enjoyment and appreciation of Jesus and what he's done for you. Pray for the churches. Pray for the church leaders. Pray for the businesses in the town. Pray for the minorities in the town. Pray for the different people groups represented in this town. Pray. We have the world at our feet in Bognor. Bognor prophetically has been described as a gateway, and I still believe it is a gateway to Europe and to the nations. Pray that God will start mission work here and that it will go to the ends of the earth. God's commission is not yet fulfilled, and so we should not yet stop praying. Have a blessed 2015. Have a prayer-filled 2015, and looking forward to seeing you on January the 20th.